Hi, not a week goes by at Gulf Shore that we do not talk about the bucket book. So our grade 7 class, combined with a lot of teachers and a few students, have decided to share the bucket book with all of our Gulf Shore family. So I want to tell you a little bit about the bucket book, just in case there's a rare chance that you... So How Full Is Your Bucket for Kids is written by Tom Rath and Mary Reckmeyer. Every moment matters. Each of us has an invisible bucket. When our bucket's full, we feel great. When it's empty, we feel awful. Yet most children, and many adults, don't realize the importance of having a full bucket throughout the day. So our teachers are going to share with you the importance of recognizing the fact that when you fill someone else's bucket, yours gets filled too.
Felix was putting one of the last blocks on his tower when his little sister came in. "I want to build with you," she said. Felix scowled. "Go away, you're too little."
"I'm big. Stay back, you'll knock it over. I can be very careful. Go play with your baby toys, Anna."
Grandpa shook his head. "Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket. Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket. When it's empty, she feels bad, but when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket?" Invisible bucket, Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandfather was joking.
The next morning when Felix woke up, there it was, a small gray bucket floating above his head.
When Felix came down to have breakfast, his mom was in a hurry. "I've got a meeting this morning, and it's almost time to go. Anna, sit still."
Felix slipped and cocoa wheat scattered across the floor.
"Felix," yelled his mom, "you should have used the stool for that."
Buster jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Drip. "Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like that. Drip."
Psst, Felix, psst. Drip. "Watch out, shrimp." Drip.
It was still morning, and Felix's bucket felt almost empty.
Classmates walk into the room. He secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket.
Felix slumped into his seat and waited for something else bad to happen. Mrs. Bumbernickel walked slowly up to his desk and handed him a paper. He could hardly bear to look. "Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you please share it with the class?" Felix grinned and felt a big drop land right in his bucket.
The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and oohed at the scary parts. When Phoenix finally read "The End," everyone clapped, even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't usually like dinosaurs. Felix felt a whole shower of drops landing in his bucket. Maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all.
Drop. Team captains today are Veronica and Felix. Drop.
1. "Nice cow. It's a dog. Well, nice colors there, Felix. Color laser ant. Backpack, Felix."
By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. At recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Everyone else had a bucket too.
When Felix burst into the door after school, he shouted, "You were right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket, and I understand how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. "Bad dog," he almost scolded. But then he thought dogs might have invisible buckets too. "Your doll will be okay, Anna," said Felix. "Mom will fix her. Until then, do you want to help me build the tallest building in the world with my blocks?"